Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly and I'm here today to talk to you about thrifting in charity shops and just like share my expertise. Most of the stuff I wear is from charity shops, and a lot of time, people ask me, oh my god, where's it from? Or, they try charity shopping themselves and they struggle to find things. So here today, I'm just going to share my top 10 tips to find those bargains and just look fabulous and sustainable while doing so. So these tips are sort of like not in any particular order. I've just written down 10 things that I do personally to nab the best bargains. So we're going to start with number one. So number one is to look in the windows. Okay, so a lot of the times you just, find the charity shops and you just go straight in the door, when actually a lot of the times the charity shops can put their best pieces in the windows. So before I even go in, I, look on the windows, look on the mannequins, and of course don't be afraid to ask the shop assistants if you want to try anything from the window, because it's there to be sold. And I've got some good pieces from the windows actually. So yeah, number one is to always check the windows. Okay, so tip number two is probably something that people do anyway, but I'm just including it on the list. So that is to check the brands and the labels of the clothing and accessories that you're interested in buying. Obviously, if some things like Primark, Boohoo, Misguided, the chances are that they're probably not going to last as long as more decent quality brands. So I sort of look for things that are probably not designer, but are like the next level up from like your high street. So things that you would find in maybe like a designer outlet. So things like Ted Baker, Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, Reese, let's think of something else, Anthropologie, Under the Stories. Those are the kind of brands that I look for in charity shops, because I know that they're still quite a higher price point. They're going to be a better quality for you as well, and are usually more classic and timeless in the styles that they are. So yeah, look for the brands that you're interested in and steer clear of those ones that you don't really want. So tip number three is quite a big one for me. It is to try on the clothing that you're interested in. Obviously some charity shops don't have fitting rooms. Trying on does stop you impulse buying, because there's been so many times that I've picked up something in my size, tried it on, and then thought absolutely not, and then it's going to be a waste of money, waste of time, and then there's just going to be something sat in your wardrobe. So definitely try on. I know it's quite annoying when you're shopping, you don't want to try on, but that is definitely a really big tip for me, and it's stopped me buying things that I would have bought on a whim. Which brings me probably to my next tip, which is don't always necessarily just look at your sizes. So I sometimes wear a 10 to 12, and I've got things from charity shops that have been a size 8, I've got things that have been like a size 16. So yeah, just again, that goes hand in hand with the trying on. If you find something you really love, you might be able to alter it, especially if it is a really cheap price. So yeah, I would just look at all the clothes in all the sizes, even the menswear as well. Like, you never know what you could find. Tip number 5 is if you come across a brand that you don't recognize, I would just have a little Google, see what it's from. I got a bag that said Kin on it, and I thought it was John Lewis. But yeah, had a little Google, found the bag, found it at its original price. It was like something like £55 or something. So, and this bag was in this charity shop for £3.99. So I was like, oh my god, yeah, I'm gonna get that. So yeah, sometimes I don't know if like things are from Shein and things like that. So it's always good if you love something and you don't recognize a brand, give it a quick Google, and that maybe help you decide. Tip number 6 is a really good one that's actually been quite useful for me. So if you are looking for something specific, which is always quite good to look for something specific, it's always to ask the people that work there if they have anything in the bag. So for example, if you're going to a wedding and you need a gold clutch bag, just ask the people that were working there, because chances are that they've got loads more stock in the back that they don't have room for. And it will literally take them like 2 minutes to go and check, and they may make a sale out of that as well. And that has happened to me a few times where I've been looking for something specific. I've asked, and you know, they either have or they haven't. And I have a really good relationship with my local charity shop. And there's been a time when I've asked for something and said, you know, if anything comes in, can you just let me know? And they have. This is how often I go to the charity shops. But yeah, do not be afraid to talk to the sales assistants because they want to help you, okay? They want to help you find something great. Tip number 7 is to follow your local charity shops on social media. So the one down my street has a really good Instagram page, and they're always posting like really interesting and unique finds that come in. They post their windows, and they also post when they have sales and promotions. So there's a really good charity shop near me that does a £1 sale every sort of few months, and they always post when that's going to happen. So I always am prepared that I can go down on that day. I know it's going to be the £1 sale. And there is actually a YouTube video on my channel of me showing you all my finds from the £1 sale from there. So it's really, really good. So yeah, definitely check them out. Usually, for instance, if it was like a British Heart Foundation in York, chances are that own York store will maybe have their own social media page. So yeah, do a little bit of digging and see what you can find. Tip number 8, I think, is to check the care labels of the products to see what kind of fabrics they are. So obviously some clothing is better quality than others due to the nature of the fabrics. Usually gives you an idea of how much they cost in the first place and also how long they're going to last. If something's made of polyester, most likely it's from a fast fashion brand. But if you've got fabrics that are sort of like 100% cotton, linen, silk, wool, cashmere, anything like that, chances are that it's a high quality brand and high quality fabrics that will last you a long time. So yeah, I got a jumper that was from mint velvet and it had cashmere in it as well. So I thought, oh, I bet this is quite expensive when, you know, when it was originally out. So I got that one. That was like £12, but that was why I checked, because I was like, £12, that's quite a lot. And then obviously discovered mint velvet and looked at the fabrics, and I was like, you know what, this is worth purchasing. Tip number 9 is one that a lot of people are aware of. It is the location of the charity shops. So sometimes I like to actually take a day and go to charity shops in affluent areas where I know there's going to be people donating from those areas that maybe have a little bit more cash to spend, a little bit more higher quality items in their wardrobes that they're willing to donate as well. Because especially nowadays, a lot of people don't donate as much because of the likes of Vinted, Depop, they can sell it. But obviously in the affluent areas, people are not as hard up for cash, so they are more likely to donate. So things like Appley Bridge, Harrogate, York, always really good areas to donate to, to search for your bargains. And yeah, I find that as well, it's always good if you're gonna sort of make a day of it to see if there's quite a few together. Skipton is really good. Obviously I'm from Yorkshire, so I'm just like talking about the ones around here. London, I'm not sure about. I would be quite interested to go to London and see what it's like down there. Anywhere that's quite studenty, I find that most of the fashionable pieces are picked over. There is a really good street in Leeds in Headingley where there's loads of charity shops, but it's like such a studenty area that by the time you've gone, most of the good things are picked over. So location is really important. And finally, my last tip, my number 10, is to go with a list or at least something in mind for what you want. Because like, you walk into a charity shop, especially if like one of the big huge ones like the cancer research, like the big ones, if you go in, it's really overwhelming and you don't even know where to begin. So yeah, sometimes I go in mind with sort of 3 things that I want. I say like, oh, I want a denim jacket, I want a white bag for holiday, and I want a dress for a wedding. Okay, and then nothing else. You're more focused and you're more likely to find something that's suitable and less likely to just, grab everything and run. So yeah, definitely have a list, definitely helps. Okay, so I hope you've learned something new. And I'd love for you to share your top tips for your charity shopping as well. Just drop them below in the comments because I'd love to know if you guys have any better tips, any more tips, and I because I need more. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, why don't you go check out some of my charity shop hauls, and I'll see you guys soon.